to support Brad Timerson in North America. We're anticipating that as more people use the RunCam Night Eagle Astro camera, and if we get more new members, that we'll need more people to support Brad in what he does. He does a lot of behind the scenes analysis that a lot of people don't see. Next slide. So currently the IOTA R-OTE volunteer group consists of myself as a coordinator, Ted Blank, Daryl Irwin, Ernie Iverson, Greg Lysinga, Chris Patrick, and Ted Swift. Brad Timerson is the overall coordinator and will be the recipient of the work that we do. Next slide. So the purpose of our group is to train IOTA volunteer members to be proficient in R-OTE, which is the R-code occultation timing extraction program, and IOTA, a new program that I'll talk about next, the Python occultation timing extractor program. And then when people are proficient at doing this, they can then support new members or Brad if he needs analysis on the side. Then the idea is to support the IOTA North American members in the analysis of light curves using either of those two programs. And the key thing is that Steve Preston had asked that error bars be reported at 3 different confidence levels, and there's R-OTE right now is the only program, and IOTA will be another program that can produce all 3 of those confidence levels in a statistically valid format. And the idea was that we would have a cadre of people that could analyze light curves and produce these error bars that Steve Preston has requested. Next slide. Okay, so I mentioned that the idea was also to support the light curve analysis for new members who use the new RunCam Night Eagle Astro Edition cameras. It's a specialty camera that I'll talk about in another presentation. For the most accurate results from that camera, it has to have analysis of the light curve when the light curve is produced at the field level. That means we don't just have data points for frames, but we have data points for each field. Then those fields need to be recombined into frames using either ocular, IOTA, R-OTE, or IOTA. And then because the camera is a rolling shutter camera, the camera delay corrections have to be corrected for the Y position of the star on the video chip, and that also requires a special analysis or a special correction that most people won't have. Next slide. The purpose then will be our members will review observer reports that are submitted and their CSV files. So they'll do a new analysis. They'll actually generate updated DNR times, and then they'll create the error bars, and they'll do that using either R-OTE or IOTA. And then they'll use these new results and they'll fill in the DNR times and error bars into a Excel form, the asteroid report form that Brad Timerson maintains. It's also the form that's in Occult Watcher. So the error bars can be added to that form by our volunteers. And I think that might be the last slide. Okay, so that's our volunteer group. You may interact with us sometime in the future. We're ready to help Brad when he needs us, and we meet about once a week via Skype, and we just keep trying to improve everyone's ability to analyze light curves as we proceed forward. All right, so I can move on with the next presentation. Was there a question? I'm ready to move on. Okay, so the question is, please explain how non-Gaussian and Gaussian error equations apply. I'm actually going to talk about that a little bit more when I talk about IOTA. But in general, the error bars for occultation timing are non-parametric. That means that no known statistical distribution fits our error bar distributions. The only way we can create error bars is through Monte Carlo simulations. And the end result is we can come up with accurate error bars in Monte Carlo simulations, but if you want an error bar at a different confidence level, you have to you have to create it from the distribution that you created with the Monte Carlo simulation. You can't say that you have a 1 sigma error bar and then multiply that by 2 to get a 2 sigma error bar. You just can't do that. You have to actually create a separate error bar at 0.95 confidence level. If you want an equivalent to 3 sigma error bar, you have to create an error bar at a 0.9973 confidence level. You can't just multiply the 2 sigma error bar by 1.5 to get a 3 sigma. Now I'm ready to move on.